All right, what do you want me to say? Like, legitimately, what do you want me to say? Bruce Cassidy, after 6 years as Bruins head coach, has been fired today. I guess, what is it? I guess this was Cam Neely's happy birthday present to himself because today is January 6th, and according to my freaking fact of the day, freaking sports calendar thing. Today is Cam Neely's birthday. So happy birthday, Cam Neely. Go fuck yourself. Oh, there's no conceivable way that the Bruins firing not Cam Neely. That the Bruins firing Bruce Cassidy was some sort of way for Neely and Sweeney to shift the blame away from themselves. They I know that Bruins fans were kind of split on the issue. People, you had one party that was like, you had a few parties that were like, Cassidy isn't really using these guys to their full potential. He's not playing the young guy. Maybe he's just not that good of a coach. But the and while there is definitely a discussion to be had about Cassidy, about Bruce Cassidy not really playing the younger guys is as much as he could have. There's one big question. What young guys did he have to play? Like, legit. Sweeney and Neely. I will forever say, I will say until they are split up, Neely and Sweeney is one of, if not the absolute worst general manager and president of hockey operations duos in the entire league. Like, for the entire time they've been together, maybe only once has a trade has any sort of big move that they've done actually panned out. Maybe twice. The only two times that I've been able to see them actually doing something like that, that I've been able to see them actually being good at that is the shift from is trading for Taylor Hall and trading for Hampus Lindholm. Congrats, you managed to strike gold on two trades that happened like less than a year ago. What do you want, a freaking medal? And sure, maybe the drafting wasn't so bad. And you have Charlie McAvoy, and you have and you got Earl Vakanainen, who you traded away to get Hampus Lindholm. Instead of just developing the left shot defenseman in-house to pair with McAvoy and not have to pay as much. And Jeremy Swayman and Johnny Beecher, who's been kind of meh ever since you drafted him, and Fabian Lysell. You know who else you could have? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what these guys do, because they will be remembered for one. They will be remembered for a few things. At the draft. They will be remembered for drafting Jakob Zaboral, Jake DeBrusk, and Zach Sanderson over guys like Matt Barzal, Thomas Chabot, Travis Konechny, Kyle Connor, your Lady Bing winner of this past season, and Sebastian Aho. Who else? Trading away the pick that the Wild used to get is to get Kirill Kaprizov, fucking drafting Trent Frederick over guys like Jordan Kyrou and over guys like Jordan Kyrou and freaking Alex DeBrincat. So yes, while Sweeney didn't exactly, while Sweeney wasn't exactly, while Sweeney definitely had his problems, the roster management was not one of them. Tell me what he was supposed to do. Put freaking put Jack Studnicka on the second line in the middle of a playoff run when on the middle of a playoff push when Hall, Haula, and Pasternak seem to be gathering momentum. Is he supposed to keep trotting out young failed prospects that we keep drafting for that we keep are we supposed to be continuing to trot out our young prospects to do absolute jack shit? Say all you want about putting Studnicka on a line with Foligno and Nosek. You know who's the guy that got us Foligno and Nosek for Studnicka to squander on a line with? Fucking Sweeney. There and now that I mean, yes, Cassidy was always a guy who wanted to be defense first. He was always he was always someone who emphasized defense over a strong offense. But also, what offense did he have to work with outside of those top two lines? Who do we go for offense? It's freaking hope that the third line decides to get its ass in gear for once, and hope that Frederick actually plays up to his potential instead of taking needless penalties. And now that he's gone, and now that Cassidy is gone, who do we go for? People keep saying Barry Trotz. Yeah. Do you want someone who's even more defensive minded than Cassidy? Yeah, go with Barry Trotz. That's not to say that Barry Trotz isn't a good coach. There is not a single freaking person that knows defense in the NHL better than Barry Trotz. I feel like he coaches boring hockey, but he coaches winning hockey. I wouldn't be opposed to the Bruins trying to get Barry Trotz. It's Mark Savard. That would be a good story. Freaking that schmuck from the Pens is taking out his career with the Bruins, and then Matt Cook or whatever the hell he is him getting and then Savard finally coming back as a coach for us. I don't know. Do we elevate Joe Sacco to the to head coach? That would be interesting. I just don't understand why Cassidy was the one to fall on the sword. They obviously don't want to. They don't want to take any sort of responsibility for their actions. That's why they fired him. They didn't want to really say, we screwed up. We didn't really give these guys. We didn't really make that good of a roster. This is our bad. But let's see. Going through Cassidy's coaching with the Bruins, he was 399, 245, and 108. In 399 games coached in the regular season, he was is 245, 108, and 46. Thanks. Which honestly is a pretty good, is pretty good. And then in the postseason, he was 36 and 37. I know it's not exactly what you want to see. You don't want a head coach with that bad of a coaching record. But when you're making the playoffs 6 consecutive times, and you don't win the Stanley Cup, I know not winning the Stanley Cup isn't good, but it's if you're making the playoffs that often, then that I guess the even record kind of shows that you're at least competitive in the playoffs. It's not like you're freaking Edmonton, who's finally getting their shit together this year, and even then they're probably ending their we probably heard the last "Oh Canada" of the season tonight because the Avs are wrecking their shit. But I don't know. I don't know what the Bruins do from here. Do I think that they have a guy in mind? I don't know. Oh, people are saying that there are some crazy people that are like oh, maybe Cassidy got fired because he and Krejci butted heads, and this was the only way that Krejci was going to come back. Piss off with that. Piss right the frick off the Sagamore with that. You really think that? Do you honestly think that that was the big thing here? Was that getting Cassidy out of here was gonna bring Krejci back? Like, what? I'm not gonna say it's impossible for that to be the case. I'm just saying that it's so highly improbable that it's probably even more likely that that Cassidy got fired for some dumb Tyler Sagan type thing, like missing a team breakfast or some shit. But I don't know. This wasn't the right move. This wasn't the right move. The Bruins did not need to change coaches here. They did not need to change coaches. They did not need to fire. They did not need to fire Cassidy. They didn't need to do any of this, but they did because the guys up top did not want to take responsibility. And I think at some point soon, if it's because you don't want you don't want Cassidy to be the guy taking you through a rebuild. I have one question, and that's why did you sign? Why did you sign in either McAvoy or Lindholm to the extensions that you did? And if you're maybe if that's part of your rebuild, I don't know. All I know is that the Bruins, maybe they needed to rebuild, but I don't think that this is how they should have gone about it. And honestly, I don't exactly know how to finish this. So I guess leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you think about the Cassidy firing, what your predictions are for next head coach. It's just anything. It helps out with the algorithm. Thank you all so much for watching tonight's episode of Into the Den, I guess. Go Avs. Go Avs.